Hey yo, how's it going? Manny here. As many of you know, Memory of Chaos resetted last week. I think a little bit over last week. It's been like already like 10 days, I want to say. And we're like very close to pure fiction. But legitimately speaking, I'm kind of shocked by the level of difficulty that they've actually implemented in this freaking thing. Because this new Memory of Chaos has just been absolutely brutal, and I feel like there has been the need of some whale behavior in order to actually clear, not even like 36 star, just like clear Memory of Chaos. To be fair, I know you can do it with all 4 stars. Heck, I think I have seen a YouTube of somebody using only 4-star characters, and it still like blows my mind. And it is just genuinely horrifying. According to Pride right, which I personally use to get my builds, not sponsored. Yeah, like they have somehow scanned 1.1 million accounts. I have no idea how you do that, by the way. So I'm genuinely intrigued by that. And yeah, according to them, about 10,000 of them were able to clear Memory of Chaos 1, especially with the little feature that we have now that we can skip all the way from 1 to 7. From this, 5,000 accounts were able to beat Memory of Chaos 10, which is shocking because that literally is like 0.5%. And mind this is cleared, so not 36 stars, just regular cleared. And then it shows that 2,910, almost 3,000, have been able to clear Memory of Chaos 12. And again, I mean clear, not 36 starred, which is horrifying, meaning that if you're able to clear the Memory of Chaos, you're like in like a top 0.3%, at least as of the first week that Memory of Chaos released. Now, to be fair, yes, there's been like the holidays and everything, so I can understand why not everybody must have been doing this, content. But it's so shocking that it's such a low amount of players. I know that not everybody wants to do Memory of Chaos. I know that there's people that willingly just turn a blind eye into Memory of Chaos, but it's still absolutely horrifying, and I kind of want to just go over my own experience and like some pointers as to how to effectively, I guess, overcome this whole thing, because it's just been insane. It's just been absolutely wild, and I had to go a little weird in this like concept because Fushuan might just once again be like the best character you can be running for this current rotation, but I don't have Fushuan. So I had to get creative, and I don't have the Monoquantum team built up for the freaking, whatchamacallit, the Swarm Disaster bug. So it's just been absolute pain, personally. Okay, so naturally, this Memory of Chaos has literally been tailor-made for the boosted characters, more specifically Ruan Mei, but genuinely speaking, because of the way that Ruan Mei works, and I've talked about this in the previous video, shameless plug, Ruan Mei just works amazing with destruction characters. Hence why I feel like this Memory of Chaos is also just insane for Blade. It is like beyond incredible and beyond efficient. Especially again, like you're just comboing both Ruan Mei and Blade in the first half lets you do so much shield damage. And well, I'm like also running here freaking Jingliu for even more shield damage, but on top of that, it's just insane how the ability of her damaging her allies makes it so Blade reacts much faster. And because of that, it's just great how he's able to just constantly keep attacking and attacking and attacking and attacking and healing and healing and healing and healing. Also, Ruan Mei being able to like delay an enemy just like that from, like regenerating their toughness just makes it so you can gather more and more stacks, and every stack does literally like 5%. I'm glad that like literally on cue, Kafka just got destroyed there by the blessing, because yeah, like the turbulence version, because yeah, that is like the biggest benefit in this whole thing. It's just you can do 5% for every stack of the enemy's health. The issue is when these stacks get consumed on like lower level enemies, not lower level enemies, but like lower priority enemies, such as like spawns that like the Silverwolf Guard will create, or the Maestro General will create, and it just becomes incredibly obnoxious. On top of that, there's the fact that you can overkill. For some reason, and this is a one thing I definitely want them to change when they do the next Memory of Chaos, they really shouldn't overkill enemies, because sometimes it just feels miserable when you've collected 10 stacks and you know there's like an enemy with like 10% HP and like 5-6 of those hits end up going into the enemy that's already dead. Legitimately, like, stop it. He's already dead. He doesn't need to take damage. I want the big boss to take damage. So it just feels really rough. And being able to clear these smaller enemies, I feel like it's necessary. Heck, if I actually had a properly built Qingque, I would have brought them into the second half, I feel, because I feel like Qingque would be like the most efficient character to fight its enemies, alongside with Fu Xuan, of course. Luocha just is here for the bugs, honestly. And I really couldn't think of any character to slot in as my 5th character. Again, like my 5th character, my 4th character. Because I knew I was gonna bring in Luocha and Silverwolf. And while I was planning at some point I'd bring Sila, I ended up going back against it. And I brought Cleric. I was like, these enemies are already in the first half are both weak to physical. So I decided to kind of abuse that and just hope for like the biggest amount of damage. Personally speaking, I feel like this was like the most effective way possible. And overall, just being able to add the weakness with Silverwolf is just like incredible. So with that being said and done, personally speaking, I feel like I just want to bring up a few characters that might come in handy if you are trying to beat this new Memory of Chaos. Personally, Ruan Mei, Blade, the Jingliu, and Ruan are gonna be like always the best, specifically with like the current turbulence, because Destruction is just so good at breaking shields, especially with the fact that, you know, the buff needs you to be breaking shields and attack weakness broken enemies, and on top of that, Ruan Mei just delays your turn once, so it's just wild. Destruction is just amazing at breaking toughness, so that's also a big plus. Jingliu, Imbibitor Lene, Blade, all these characters are just gonna do massive damage, especially Imbibitor Lene. And if you got Shui Yi, then you're thriving, because Shui Yi is actually just like amazing. And if you have her E4, which makes it so her follow-up attacks ignore enemy resistant types, that's even better. Heck, I feel like for the second half, Shui Yi is like an amazing and like wonderful character to bring up. Luocha, again, also for the second half, just feels incredible. Though for the first half, it's also very useful too. Since enemies have imaginary weakness there, and you're dealing with the Mirage Struck, so being able to cleanse not only the revive from the little Mirage Struck enemies and the healing of the general, I feel like he's just incredibly vital for that first half. Wohuo is amazing in the first half as well. And I say this because when Kafka tries to dominate you, she advances forward your move. But if you have a Huohuo stack, you immediately get cleansed. So you don't get to be dominated. You immediately break out and you get a free turn. You get an essential and advance forward without any buffs, but like it's still a action advance forward, which is absolutely insane. Also, for real quickly, the second half, I know that I'm like mix smashing everything, and I apologize for like how messy my thoughts are coming up, but like I just got reminded watching my own gameplay beating up this enemy. Trying to manage your hits against this boss, like the Storm Disaster, it's vital solely because, again, you want to break enemies, right? So weaving in an attack or two into the bugs genuinely helped me out so much, because I was able to then at some point use my Luocha ultimate to break like 2 or 3 of the little bugs in one go, and that essentially caused it so that the big annoying individual would just get wrecked by little explosions over and over again. And when I feel like against this enemy in particular, it's not really a waste. I mean, it is still a waste when, like, you know, the turbulence overkills one of the bugs, but so long as it kills a bug, you're getting some value, because you're like dealing 5 to 4% to all the other bugs. I mean, like to the main bug at least. It's to the true sting, it's like 4 to 5%. To the other ones, it's like, I want to say like 25%. So you're like deleting everybody, and then those little underlings end up deleting the big bug. So it's just incredibly wonderful, and the fact that they just explode on cue, like one back to back, just makes it great to just set up for like a turn where if all of them are dead, then you just get like a massive hit on the Storm Detector where everything is just like condensed upon it. So it's just wonderful. It's great. Personally speaking, I had to plan out a lot of this. Planning out the damage and how to properly position the turbulence buff was absolutely painful. It was fun. I'm not gonna say it wasn't fun, because it was fun, but it was painful to try to weave around everything. Like for example here, I mean, I know that like essentially like these enemies are already dead. I already have like enough stacks for it to like one shot. I'm just waiting to pass the turns by attacking, and just in case, you know, you can never be too sure. I just kind of hit like with more, but like every single one of these stacks is like doing 5%. So the bug was just turbo dead. But essentially that's just it. I just really feel like needing to weave in attacks is like crucial, and having a strategy is annoyingly important. I know that it's a turn-based game, so we do have to think, but sometimes my brain just wants to go unga bunga, go brrr, and not think about it. With that being said and done though, I'm gonna leave some of the builds that I used for this current Memory of Chaos. Again, it was absolutely painful and hellish, but like, I had fun. As much as I feel like it cost me my sanity, I had a lot of fun fighting these enemies. But I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great and wonderful rest of your day. Bye.